Terror gripped the man's face as he sat in the cafe, watching the clock approach 1:20. Right on schedule, three monstrous figures burst in, emanating strange black smoke. With one punch, they sent the man flying several meters. Desperate to survive, he fled the cafe, but the creatures pursued relentlessly. Cars on the highway seemed like toys compared to their power. The large black creature leaped forward, cutting off the man's escape. He scrambled under a vehicle only to be dragged out moments later. The three entities surrounded him, performing what appeared to be a ritual. When they finished, they vanished into thin air, leaving nothing but a pile of ash where the man had been. The incident went viral online, infuriating the police chief, who ordered Detective Zhao to solve the case quickly. But when they arrived at the scene, nothing made sense. Witnesses claimed the creatures had dripped saliva during the attack, yet forensics found no trace evidence whatsoever, leaving Detective Zhao baffled. Then he noticed a crowd gathered nearby. At its center stood a young man speaking to the group. He claimed similar incidents had occurred elsewhere. These were judgments against those who had escaped proper legal punishment. When criminals evaded justice, someone, or something, would step in. Detective Zhao dismissed this as nonsense and approached the young man for information. The boy calmly stated that everything they'd witnessed was merely a demonstration. This angered Zhao, but determined to understand the group's purpose, he pressed for more details. Without hesitation, the young man explained. As an orphan starved for connection, he'd found life meaningless until he decided to climb the country's highest peak. During his ascent, he accidentally witnessed one of these judgments in its entirety. The experience gave his life purpose, and he began gathering followers to spread word of what he'd seen. Zhao argued that criminals should face legal consequences, not supernatural vigilantism. But the young man's next words left him speechless. Years ago, Zhao's wife had been brutally murdered in their home. Though quickly caught, her killer received only 4 years in prison after being deemed mentally unstable at the time of the crime. Learning this, Zhao began questioning the fairness of the legal system he'd sworn to uphold. If justice wasn't being served, perhaps these otherworldly interventions served a purpose after all. In another part of town, a woman finished her workday and returned home to find her children greeting her with a birthday cake. As she savored this peaceful moment, her son's face suddenly filled with terror. The woman turned around to see what frightened him. The demons had arrived.